Facebook.
We're live on Facebook. Are we live? Are we live? We are?
Yes, you are live.
Facebookers, we are live.
Hello,
Callers.
Facebookers.
Weatherman, you look good today.
Been working out.
I'm working out.
All right, let me go ahead. I got to share my... Weatherman's wife. All right, we got to get this. We got to go through a show my time. So your...
Are we live yet on Facebook?
Yeah, well, we're just about to get started, kids. See, now we go to Good Time Tommy, then we share it over onto our pages. So
I didn't go to, where I go to?
go to Good Time Tommy, man. Go to Good Time Tommy. All right, it's 1 o'clock, Weatherman. It's showtime. You know what that means? Time to get a knowledge on. It's time to get smart, get smart. Everybody, every Wednesday, Real Estate 101 comes to you live from John Jones Real Estate, also known as the one and only GTT Studios. Me and my sidekick, aka the Weatherman.
Old man in black.
The Weatherman like to bring to you real estate content, but we want to make it educational, but we want to make it entertainment. We call it edutainment. It's kind of like pro wrestling.
I come up with that, didn't I?
You did. Now, a lot of times Weatherman has no clue what we're going to talk about. So where are you, Cousin Charlie? I see you joined. Kathleen about Philip Chair. Kyrie Sloan, thank you for getting on here. We do appreciate everybody that gets on here. We would really, really, really appreciate it if you would share our stream.
Why is Charlie, cousin
Oh,
Charlie?
here he is. He's
Cousin
trying to-
Charlie.
Hey, wrong way, big boy.
So, hey, this is a little goofy, and I hope if you find this on your feed, if you're on your phone, I would really appreciate it if you would hit like on that Good Time Tommy page. We're trying to build a bigger audience, and we can't do it without you. Maybe you're not going to use us to buy or sell your home, but the way you could help me in the Weatherman, build the reach, build the love. Stevie Z, we appreciate you being in here, man.
Thank you.
Great student. So, Weatherman, I want you to go ahead. Your favorite barber's on here. Give him some love.
Nate Thompson, my buddy. Hey, vote for my guy, Nate Thompson, Nate's Barbershop. Makes me look pretty every week. Matter of fact, he even put me in a suit just to brag about his haircut this week. So vote for my guy, Nate Thompson, Nate's Barbershop for the Ruthies. I love to see my guy be a big 4-peat. But hey, we do
What
want...
does that mean, 4 people?
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times.
Foe.
4 times.
He's won it 4 times, friends.
So what I like to do, and
You gotta
all
be-
the
you gotta be
cast,
good.
all the guys and girls over there at Nate's Barbershop, and they're fantastic, and we have a lot of great barbers in this town. But hey, we have come to the time of the show to where I get to do a little talking, and we want to lift up one of our sponsors this week, and we want to lift up the big guy, John Jones, Mr. Murfreesboro, Mr. Personality. Everybody knows Mr. Jones, but guys, he also had a little procedure done today, so we're thinking about you, we're praying about you. Hope if you need anything, let us know, but he does let us come here every week. He also kind of lets us have the whole right side of the building.
Gives us everything.
Everything. Copiers, printers, blue ink pens, red ink pens, M&M's on Wednesday. You name it, this guy gives it to
Production
us.
crew. So, hey, everybody, like our stream, like the Weatherman.
You just said shut. I wore a suit today, and you
You
shut
look
me
good.
down.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep
But
going.
anyway, John Jones, thank you so much for allowing us to continue to do this weekly. We have a lot of great sponsors, and we'll definitely get to you in the weeks to come. But John Jones, we personally thank you for the
Can't do it without you, big guy.
Exactly
You
right.
know this. I doubt he's watching. He don't care about us. But everybody, I see you're joining on here. Please make a comment. Please like. We really need you to share from the Good Time Tommy page. We're trying to build that up. And the way we want to reward our audience, we do give back every week. We do give. It won't let you share, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, I think I did. I don't think I shared it from
Like
GTT
that
page.
stream, man. Like the stream. So if you like the stream, you hit like. If you share it, we're going to go through here and we're going to pick a winner. We give away 1 gift card from the Alley on Main after every show. We may give you a day or 2, but if you share the stream, We're going to come back in there, and we're also, if you're a responsible cat, we're going to let you take the slingshot out. So we need some shares. We need some likes today. If you want to know what we're talking about, let's get it started. Stevie, I know you have thought about this yourself. Why now is the perfect time to sell your home?
Great topic.
I'm not talking about your investment properties, because I really believe that in 10 years from now, home values will be up. So we're strategically talking about selling your personal residence. So before we get, thank you, Kenneth Adams. Thank you, buddy. When we're talking, if we've got any questions, I need somebody from the audience. We've got a huge audience today. Looks like we've got about 10 or 11 people back there. But if you see a question, please let me know what the question is, because I'm going to be focused today.
I got to be careful, too.
Laser focused.
I don't want to bust these arms out of this
Weatherman,
jacket
that thing
today.
is fitted
I don't wanna
perfect, sized
bust
up.
these arms out of this jacket today.
Okay, so if you don't know this, please, anybody in this room, all y'all back there, and if you're watching, I want to tell you how we define a market. So right in the middle of equilibrium, if we were balancing this little pin right here, Weatherman, this would be a balanced pin right here. I can't do it. Okay, that would be a balanced market. Okay, this right here would represent 6 months of inventory. That means it would take 6 months to sell every home on the market if no new homes came on the market. Does that make sense? Everybody back there, does that make sense? Okay, well,
So
a
what
buyer,
that means, if we had 600 homes, we had 6 months, we would have to sell 100 homes a month to empty out the market, and that's a balanced market.
that's right, that's called absorption rate.
Right.
So let's just say if we've got 9 months, between 6 and 9 months, it's starting to shift towards a buyer's market. What that means is buyers now can be more choosy. They can make slower decisions. They can ask lower offers. They can beat you up on repairs, on any type of terms. So the longer we shift from 6 months and greater, I remember in 2009 and 10, some price points were 2-year supplies.
Yes.
Like more expensive homes, that meant it could take you up to 2 years to sell your home. Adam Wright, my best friend's on here, Weatherman. What do you
And
think
at that
about
time, at a $500,000 home in Rutherford County, could take you 2 years
It
to
could.
sell.
And as a matter of fact, there's virtually no market for those price points. What I meant by that, it was very hard for you to justify what you're asking. You could only hope to sell it. You may have had a $500,000 house, but you couldn't provide value to say,
Right.
this is worth $500,000. It was worth whatever somebody would come in there and pay you for it. Some people may have sold their homes at huge discounts. A lot of sales during this time were either short sales or they were bank foreclosures.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the sales, a lot of inventory was absorbed by investors. As a matter of fact, I'm calculating over 1,000 homes since our market bottom have been bought by REITs or big investors from Wall Street or big investment companies where they're coming in. That is that can be very unhealthy because they have really eliminated a lot of our first-time home buyers. You know, it's really pushed that up. So 6 months, 9 months, it's starting to get unhealthy, but over 9 months, it's definitely in favor of a buyer. So now let's go to the other side. From 6 months to 3 months, it's 4 or 5 months. That's healthy. But in some of our price points, we're under 1 month.
Yeah, some of them were under a day.
So in Murfreesboro, if you're under $200,000 right now, you can't name your price because appraisers dictate that.
Right.
They can control that. But
You can name your term for a lot of.
hey, don't get in my papers. Don't be over here still.
The cheating.
I'm
Don't
going
call
to
me out
interview
mine.
you. Hey, everybody, please remember to like and share this. Trying to get the love out. I need your help. I need your help. So if we're under 6 months, going towards 3 months, it's shifting towards a seller's market. The seller's market means they can dictate terms.
Yes.
That means buyers have to make faster decisions. Stevie, you got to show somebody a house. They got to pretty much decide, hey, is this the one? I mean, especially under $250,000, there's fear of losing the house. Well, I remember back when you go out there and show a house, and it could be a great house, and there was no fear of loss. People would just keep on.
Yeah, you
trucking.
go on vacation, go buy a car, go see your grandmama and them, and come back, and the house may be $10,000 cheaper.
So, where we are today, under $250,000, it is so insane. Hey, Meredith Thomas, what's up, girl? under $250,000, these sellers can dictate. They can say, they're not actually saying it, but in their mind they're believing this, that they can dictate terms.
Yep.
And terms are like closing costs.
Exactly right.
When we're going to close. Another thing, if you're, and this is why I believe, these are the reasons why I believe right now, if you own your home, I'm not saying sell your rental property, because I'm a big believer in owning real estate long term. If you own a personal residence and you have not refinanced in the last few years, 3 or 4 years, let's say that, because when you refinance, you absorb a lot of cost. It comes back on top, like when it costs to do a refinance. Could cost 2 to 3% to do it, so it's just going back on top of you. So if you've lived in your home 5 years, if you've lived in it longer than 2 years, there's very lenient guidelines on by the tax people. You don't have to pay that. That's free money. So why not sell your home right now? You do not have to go out and buy another home. See, a lot of people think, well, where am I going to live?
Yep.
Well, I'm going to go buy another house. You ain't got to buy another house.
Nope. What could you do?
I mean, well, for you, for example, Weatherman could sell his house and live in an apartment and go buy something in Florida. Talked about this morning.
I like it.
Weatherman ain't got no debt. So why not? One of the best decisions I ever made was I made a commitment in 2009-10. I was going to start paying off this debt. And what that did helped me live different. And I had to do some things I didn't like to do. But hey, some people, I was talking to somebody in one of our classes, Master Monday, and she had debt, she had a house payment. So I asked her what her house payment was, and she said maybe it's $1,500 a month. Then she had like $1,500 or $1,000 more dollars of debt. So really that house payment's cost her $2,500 a month. Because you can take that money and you can pay off some of this debt.
Right.
So what would you do right now, Weatherman, if you were out there and you didn't have a wife telling you, the Weatherman is wearing a jacket, he is, I can't answer if he's wearing shorts or not, David Estes. Jenny Germano, how are you doing, friend?
Josh Glenn, hello.
So Weatherman, what would you like to do, right? If you didn't have Shawan to answer to, what would you do in this type of market? You own something that's desirable. You've got land and a really nice house and an in-ground cement pond. So what would you do right now if you could, where you didn't have to answer to Shawan?
As long as I could take my fur babies with me. You know what a fur baby is?
A dog?
Yeah. I would probably, I'm at the age now that I would be okay with no maintenance, gated community, be able to travel and not have to worry about my house for a while. So I like a Stratford Hall type of place, or even some of the higher.
Would you have to buy?
No, I'd probably lease. I mean, I don't think I would want to buy right now, just because of, I don't know if I'm gonna be here for 30 years. When I bought or we built several years back, I had every anticipation of being here. If I'm going to travel, I don't really want to have the upkeep of a home, because it still costs you. I'd much rather have a lease or travel and find somewhere when I get back.
So even when you own a home free and clear, you got taxes, insurance,
Yeah,
upkeep.
you don't ever
so
own
you
it.
never own. Brittany Renee, she finally got here. We love you. By the time you get on here, I need you to share the stream, Brittany Renee. So, okay, so here's some examples I want to run by you, and we can talk about this because we've got a big group of people. Cousin Charlie, where'd you go? Right now, you can, as a seller, you can only get X amount of dollars before the appraiser starts getting you, right?
Yes,
but I'm seeing people, especially under $200,000, that are getting top dollar without getting their home in top condition to sell. So how much money could that save you?
It could very easily save you up to $20,000, because when you're getting top dollar, let's just say your house is actually worth $175, $180 is what your house is really worth. and somebody comes along and gets you $200,000, it may take you another 2 years if the market continues to go for that price to be justified. So if you was to sell it in a year, you could be upside down the price that you paid over plus your real estate commission. And so you could be in a bad shape.
That's right. So what we're saying, Cousin Charlie, thank you for finally getting back in the studio. We can't do this show without you. We need you in here unless you're moving mirrors for Brittany Renee. Right now, sellers have the luxury, because of this limited inventory out there, they ain't got to spend money to get their house ready for sale. We call that condition.
Yes.
Paint, carpet, cosmetic stuff. Right now, I just saw somebody made a post, maybe it was Monica Morales. She made a post about where people are willing to buy something, but they could go buy something that needs work, but in the same neighborhood, a home that's already fixed up, they're not spending that money on it.
Right.
Because the reason why is more people can afford, they may be pre-qualified for that lower number, and they're just going to say, you know what, we'll just do it ourselves. Because remember this, you're not just competing against the seller, you're competing against other buyers, and you're really competing against hedge funds. Or that's what I call them, who can come in and make cash offers.
And another thing to think about is look at our Rutherford County is a very, very desirable market. So let's jump over to Thompson Station or the Williamson County side of Spring Hill. You can take which would be a 180, 190 house here, it automatically goes up $30,000. And the inside of the houses are up to date. So what I mean by that, there's linoleum, there's carpet, there's Formica. So they don't really have the desirability or wow factor. The wow factor is the Williamson County school zones. And so people are paying more in those type of areas, and you don't get the wow factor. And so in those price points, you don't have to have a wow factor right now.
Hey, Weatherman bringing it with his coat today. Another thing, you as a seller, especially under $250,000, when you do get a contract, you can negotiate no repairs. I see it a lot. $200,000 house, you got multiple offers. Most homes right now in that price point can bring multiple offers.
Yes.
You know, but a lot of times what I'm doing is I'm positioning, if an offer comes in, to make it so I don't have to go to a multiple offer. So I've had people, they'll say no home inspection, as is, or I mean, so a seller right now, you can say, hey, we'll take your offer, but we ain't fixing nothing. Most of the time in a balanced market, it's probably anywhere from $800 to $2,000 worth of repairs. And you know, back in a buyer's market, think about this. They would dictate, the buyers would just beat you up over price and then beat you up over repairs.
Yes.
So right now, sellers, you can forego all this. This is your opportunity right now, because one thing I can guarantee you,
What's that?
the market always works its way back to a balance. So as out of balance as we were not too long ago, now we're, what happened? Lights not on? Is it back on? Hey, put the lights on. Get the lights on. So we were very out of balance with buyers in a buyer's market. Well, now look, we're out of balance in a seller's market. But there's something will happen to where it balances back out.
I've been in real estate, I think, about 10 years now. And I don't know that we've really had a balanced market for any period of length. I think we went from a recession to a decent, okay, kind of a level market to some extent, all the way to this aspect of it. So I don't know as a real estate agent which is worse. The recession, I know investors and developers are saying absolute recession is worse, but as a home buyer, this market is worse than recession because you can't find anything. And so you're out there with the rental market being as high as it is with no inventory, so you're in a bad spot too.
It does make it a lot. There's always challenges.
Yeah.
It was a challenge when you couldn't get people to buy because they were scared. Now it's a challenge because people can't find a house. Another thing that happens is sellers become more and more greedy. You know, a problem I've had is I've allowed some of my sellers their expectations to exceed where they should. That makes it a tougher transaction. So But number 3, you can negotiate much better terms. Let's tell them ways we can negotiate terms.
The biggest way is whenever somebody is selling their house, you can offer them, they can stay for 2 weeks, they can take time moving, they can, no rush, no hurry. Matter of fact, they may buy your U-Haul for you. So that's one opportunity of term. The other opportunity is they pay all of their closing costs plus title insurance, which is about $1,500. So you actually only have to come to the table with just a little bit, $200 to $300 plus your prorated taxes. So these are the types of terms. The biggest thing I'm seeing though is people are giving you a full price offer, no inspection, will pay up to so much under appraisal, but will also let you stay in the house after they close it for sometimes a month. So those are some pretty good terms that I've seen.
Sellers have a right to it. They can almost have unrealistic expectations right now.
Yeah.
In certain price points, buyers are doing. Do you have a question,
I
lady?
sure do. We have a couple of questions from the audience. Blaine Speaks on Instagram says good points on appraisal, but there's a new clause in the TAR sales form addressing what happens if
I think you've got 3 days to make a decision whether you're going to buy it or renegotiate it.
And then Shalon Weather says that your coat brings out your eyes.
I like the way
No,
you
Roy Frazier did talk about you look like Johnny Cash. Roy, we missed you at breakfast this morning. We cannot do it without you, friend. And if you're looking for your homeowner's insurance, you got to call our guy, Roy Frazier, Farm Bureau. So terms can also be right now. If things don't appraise, a lot of my sellers I can't talk. We have negotiated to where the buyer's paying over appraised
up to a
prices.
certain amount. Yeah.
So what people are going to tell you is look at the market and look, it's up X amount of percent. But we're giving you value right now. If you were to decide I'm selling my home, you in some price points could make an extra $20,000 right now. I mean, it's just and the reason why I'm going into that right now, so little competition. I think John yesterday said there's 750 homes on the market right now. 750 homes on the market total. Now, a lot of those are big builders that are putting homes that are not even on the market.
They're to be built. They're not even started yet.
They're cheating.
Cheap.
They're cheating a little bit. So what they do is they get you out there, then they sell you. So this lack of inventory out there, it makes buyers make fast decisions.
Yeah.
It makes them make decisions with a lot of fear of losing the house. So what this is doing right now, sellers have so much control. Mm-hmm. They can dictate terms. They can say what lender they want you to use, which gives you more confidence. They can wait for cash offers. They're doing things now that I don't think we'll see many opportunities like this for a while. And I think if you're really thinking about selling your house, your personal house, because I'm not telling you to sell any of your investment property right now.
Unless you've owned it for 20 years and the markup is so astronomical and you're going to take that money and put into something that makes you a greater return on that investment.
I'll buy that. But I remember a lot of builders, a lot of home builders used to do this, Stevie, Kathleen. Weatherman, the new Weatherman.
Oh, back there in the
I
back.
changed his name. No. What a lot of builders would do is they'd build a home, they'd live in it 2 years, sell it, build a home, sell it. And next thing you know, they've got a house nearly paid for, overpaid for after 10 years.
Yeah.
5 moves. So right now, I'm not saying you've got to sell your home and go buy another home right now because everything's timing. Right now, we know this. Smart money would tell you, sell your personal home. Wait for pullbacks. Let's just say if you bought a house 5 years ago and you had, Joey Holt, I see you're selling your house, friend. Have you sold your house yet? Right now, the market's so crazy, you can be like Joey Holt, put it on Facebook. Somebody may come in there and buy it from you. But think about this. You bought a house 5 years ago. You had an FHA loan where you put 3.5% down. I think you're always going to pretty much have mortgage insurance.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're
Till you refi it.
So you could sell that, get your money out. You don't have to pay taxes on it. Then you could wait and maybe put 20% down. Then do it again in a few years. That's kind of what builders were doing on move number 16. David Estes, you've moved 16 times?
Probably right. He has.
Wow. Now, David Estes, he is an entrepreneur guy that can go out there, build a house, sell, or sit on it for 2 years, then sell it. So how has that strategy worked out? David, what are you telling your people to do?
You know, a lot of guys like David aren't really emotionally tied to houses like a lot of people are emotionally tied, because that's where the kids are raised.
Yeah.
That's where the kids grow up. So it's easy to sit here and say you ought to sell now, but as a family member and kids, it's very tough to do that.
You're right, and I don't want to sound insensitive or tell people this is what you need to do, but some people out there, it's just a house.
Yeah.
You always make it your home, so well, let's just say, what if you've got $30,000 worth of debt? What if it's bad debt? What if you want to get rid of it? What if that debt is what if that debt is like $950?
What if I spent $30,000 at Sears? Would that be considered bad debt? That's why I got this jacket.
So think about this. How much money is it costing you a month to live in your home if you could take out that equity and pay off things? Now, I'm not saying to do that, but one of the greatest things I ever did was I made a decision, I'm paying off all my debt. And what that did, and I mean, it was a lot of debt. It was like $1,200 or $1,300. What are y'all doing back there? What kind of notes are y'all passing? It was like $1,200 or $1,300 a month in just ridiculous debt, car payments, student loan, just stupid things like that. And over 4 years, I paid all that off, and it was like I got a raise. Mm-hmm. So imagine this: if you're somebody like Stevie, let's talk about you. Quit passing that note.
Talk about it. What you got?
We ain't passing no more notes in here. Have you thought about selling your home and what you could do with all that money? How long have you been in your house?
Been in my house over 9 years.
9 years. You got some equity, dude.
I've been seriously thinking about it.
Just because you could sell, do you have any other debts you'd like to pay off?
A little bit, not much.
But how would it feel? Y'all can save money.
Well, this is what Stevie made a comment before. Stevie just got in this great business that we call real estate, that knowing it takes a couple of years as self-employed to be able to reach out here and buy. So most people, just like Stevie, automatically think, if I sell, where am I going to buy? Well, they don't use that transition. I don't have to buy right now. Well, let's take that money, sock it away, do what I want to do, rent somewhere, lease somewhere.
When it's so
From
high.
TMI.
Call my buddy Scott Everett.
Think about this right here. Think about, let's just throw a number out there. You got $50,000 equity, and let's just say your house payment's $1,100 a month. By the time you pay utilities, by the time you pay gas, all those different things, you can move into a nice place with a pool, everything you wanted, and your payment probably go down because of the upkeep you don't have to do. Now, it's not great for a real estate agent to get on here and tell people to do this, but at the end of the day, it makes a lot of sense, because you could be sitting in a driver's seat when the market did correct, and then instead of having $50,000 equity, you could jump into $100,000 equity. You know, and so once the market corrects and you have that 50 in your home, it may be worth 20. And so you could end up buying something that's worth the value, and there's an upside to that. You know, it's kind of what most people don't do. It's just like if you had Ford stock and you bought it at $6 and today it's at 50. Why are you waiting for it to hit 60? Because there's an opportunity for it to go back to 10. And that's kind of what we're talking about. There's a great opportunity there to set yourself in a financial position.
You're really trying to take your winnings off the table. If we're in Vegas, weatherman, we're gambling, we could take our money and go somewhere else. I know where you'd like to go with all that money, weatherman.
Buffet.
So we could take your money off the table, pay off some of these debts, pay if you've got it, or there's nothing wrong with having a lot of cash. Because right now it's the time. The timing says this: sell your house, sell your house. Okay? Now, what people usually do, Kathleen, is they do things when they shouldn't. They do it the opposite.
Yeah.
They buy their house, okay? Then they sell it when the market's down. They're usually doing the exact opposite of what their emotions are telling. What people are doing right now is they're buying because the market's going up. Well, think, where's the market going to be in 3 or 4 years?
We don't know.
We don't know, but I mean, it's probably not going to be where it is right now. It just probably won't.
No, it's a cycle like this.
Over the last however many years, it's always been a cycle. So I'm assuming that ain't gonna change. It's always been a cycle. There's always been booms. There's always been busts.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be people taking more risks. Like right now, for example, I have worked so hard on getting my finances in order, paying off debt. Now, guess what I'm thinking about doing?
Going right back in there.
Man, I'm thinking about all kind of stuff. I'm on Google, Googling 1972 Ford Broncos, $50,000. And I'm like, man, I could get that. I could put GTT on that. I could get my clients to drive that. I'm justifying dumbass behavior is what I'm trying to do.
Because I have a best friend down there, and we know where it's at, that has one of those kind of vehicles that he's in love with.
The vehicle or your best friend?
Both.
So people, even when times are good, what we start doing is we start making mistakes with our financing where we take on too much. We got too much debt. The next thing you know, you can't out-earn your bad habits. You can't out-earn your bad habits, Kathleen. Not saying you got any bad habits, but see, my emotions, I've controlled them, but now, over the last 3 or 4 years, the market's been a lot better. I'm sitting here thinking, why don't I do this? Why don't I do that? Hey, I'm looking every night on Zillow for a home in Florida. I mean,
Not just any home.
I mean, so we all do dumb things. Right now, it's not the time to do this. Joy Richardson tells me all the time, dude, you're stupid to buy a house down there right now. It'd be stupid because here's what it says, right now is the time to sell. So today we're coming on here and we want to provide great content. We want it to be funny. So that's why we do this show every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. And we love topics. We love to make people laugh. But we're very serious about this.
Sure. And when you sell it, as real estate agents, we want you to sell and capitalize as much as you can. Because we have this crazy thinking as buyers that we can sell our house, close on the next house, everything works out smooth. It's a smooth transition. We move out of one, move into another, and the likelihood of that happening is so small. So some of my great advice I give to clients is sell your property, get your money, look at a short-term rental, and then let's take our time and buy the best house available. I'm not out there to try to rush and get a two-banger deal right out the gate. I'd much rather take care of my clients and say, hey, let's position yourself well to where you have the most strategic way to win this house and get the best value. Because when you're trying to buy a home and sell a home, you really have no leverage.
David Estes said he just had a client sell their house back to an investor and they rented it.
The best smart.
That is smart. Brittany Renee said clean that cash. That's from a movie we've been watching on Netflix. Clean the Cash, Ozark.
You see some?
Yeah. You watch that? You like that? We all have short-term memory. David Estes, this is your chance. Only 3 people have shared this stream. You share this stream, and there's a good chance you're going to win that Alley on Main gift card, friend. Who else do we have on here that's made a comment? So, hey, I just want to get your mind thinking. I just want you to think, what could you do if you were to sell that house?
And most people do what everybody else does.
That's right.
So we do the normal.
Right.
We do what seems right and what we've always heard. But most people that grow wealth are abnormal. So what I mean by that, Warren Buffett is not in Seaside buying $1 million properties right now. He's waiting till the economy tanks and he's buying up 10 properties in Seaside. Now he plays on a much bigger playing field, but it's the same strategy that you as agents, because our homes could be one of the biggest investment and biggest return. If you don't think that's a fact, go to all your investors around. They're telling you that real estate is one of the best investments out there.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, weatherman. But right now, I believe, I'm going to say this. Right now is a time, and I think for the next year, I'm not saying you got to do it today, but I think over the next year, foreseeable time, because the reason why is because the inventory under $200,000 can't be replaced. The way it could be replaced is if a lot of the homes have been bought by the hedge funds, I'm calling it, 1,000 of them.
Yes.
As they start to liquidate, when they feel like they can go somewhere else and get more money, if more homes come on the market, it will drive the price down. So we don't need to think where you see prices today are fixed forever. Have some ups and downs. I remember houses in Evergreen Farms you could buy for $100,000. Now you can barely buy anything in there under 180. I don't think you can buy anything in there under 180. So right now you've got a chance. How could you change your life? How could you change your current situation if you were just to simply sell your home, have a lot of cash sitting there? You don't have to pay taxes on it. The government gives you these opportunities. People really want houses. They want to buy. They're probably, I hate to say this, but they're usually doing things at the wrong time.
I agree.
Hey, I just bought a house.
Sure did.
I just bought a house. So it's personal. Now it's personal residence. I just kind of done what I said don't do. But you know, there's certain situations. Girlfriend saying we're doing it.
Yeah, but even the house you bought is already went up, so you could actually sell your house now and make money. As crazy as that seems, if you've had your house for a year, there's a very good chance that you could make money, which is absurd because that goes against everything that we ever think about real estate. That if you owned a house a year, you could pay your real estate agents and possibly still make a 5 to 10% return in a year. And so if that doesn't tell you how great your return would be on a home that you've owned for 10 years, you may want to just kind of look at it and think about it. And I think Stevie ought to let us represent him since we brought this knowledge to him.
Got some people on here, Ryan Denny with them money bags. Ryan Denny's selling his house.
Sure is.
He's going to be a neighbor. You still owe me for saying pizza. Hey, all you got to do is share. If you share this stream, I'm going to go ahead and award you the winner, David Estes.
And Ryan is actually got a great house and not giving away his house, but he's showing you that how our market is right now. He's lived in a house, what, about a year maybe?
Probably ain't been 2 years.
About 2 years. So he had a house over on the other side of town that they done a fantastic job of remodeling. When he sold it, everybody said there's no way you're going to get that number. He got the number.
Got more than the number.
Got more than the number, and then they continue to go up. He bought a house, a new house. He'll be able to sell that house and then buy another house. So these are 3 transactions of things that shouldn't have happened that all fell in his way.
He's probably taking money that he's made, surging into into his new home. We're going to be neighbors, it sounds like.
Yeah.
So Nate's a nice check at Weatherman. I don't know if he's already said that or not, but there's a good feeling about having a lot of cash.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a lot of safety. There's a lot of security. But if you got a lot of cash, there's also, if you're like me, my money gets bored real easy. It likes to do things.
It likes to buy 72 Broncos.
It likes to do stupid things. So I believe it's time to sell, even if you got to rent a place. Some of the people are going to say you're just throwing away money, but don't think of it like that. Think about that money, an opportunity. Good investors will wait on that opportunity to come back.
Yes.
And the opportunities are going to come back. Right now, there may not be any opportunities, but they are coming. So, hey, thank you guys every Wednesday. Hey, Bill Wilson.
Hey,
one of the
love you
top
guys.
realtors in Murfreesboro. What are you telling your sellers right now?
Now's the time to be selling. There's a
There we
ton of buyers because the interest rate's so low right now. Depending on what type of product, it's 2 7/8 to 4 1/4.
Can you see rates that low?
I've had people tell me, yeah.
Well, as rates go up, buyers disappear.
Amen.
Their purchasing power disappears. So whatever it takes, there will be some catalyst that will even out this market. What I mean by that, something will happen for the market to go back into balance. It always has happened. Right now, it's greatly out of balance. Sell your home Unless, like you're saying, you're emotionally tied and you ain't
Yeah.
ever moving. But right now it's the greatest. You're the greatest. You're the greatest.
No, you're the greatest.
It's time.
Cash in now.
Cash in your
We don't know
chips.
what's happening.
All right, we're going to go ahead and
Across
shut
the
it
world.
down. But please know this, every Wednesday, Real Estate 101, we come to you live right here. John Jones Real Estate. And Stevie, we can't do it without you. We can't do it without you. Hey, we damn sure can't do it without Kathleen. Stevie, can you go ahead and shut us down? You know how to do it? Thank you, friend. Thank you. Oh.
It grows.
Ain't it here? It said interrupt.